It's new stretch of water I'm on today. um, Never really fished this section before, so it looks really nice. I know it's produced a few fish this season, but doesn't make it any easier. I guess that makes it even worse when you sit here all day and don't get a bite. So I've been here probably a couple of hours now. Um, yeah, it's quite muddy where I am. By all accounts, the river was up probably a couple of feet on here the other day, so it's river levels started to go down. Yeah, I've got quite a muddy swim, um, but yeah, it's quite handy. He's got some steps down to it. Been able to sort of hook my rod back round and leave my rucksack on one of the steps. So gonna sit it out probably to about 9 o'clock. So I should get a good 3 or 4 hours of darkness in. Um, just hopefully I can put a fish on the bank. So far I've sort of been getting a few rattles. So it's more than likely just debris coming down the river and hitting the line, but nothing I could say was a bite. I've got quite a bit of company. I've had muntjac, I've got a sparrow that keeps landing on my rod down by my feet. I've got a mouse down by my feet as we speak, so it's just mopping up. Oh, the mouse and the sparrow having a bit of a run in there. So yeah, they're after the bits of bait that I've dropped. So yeah, a nice little scavenge. So yeah, fingers crossed. So it is quite dark. It's been overcast. It's been trying to rain. Thankfully, it's only sort of been a little bit of a dusting. So yeah, let's see how we get on. So this is my swim. I've got a tree, a hanging tree up here on the left. So it's probably halfway across the river. Um, and I've got some sort of, I guess, overhanging bushes on the other side. I don't think they come out too far, but give a bit of shelter. And then water comes down sort of faster areas on the, probably say halfway across, and then you've got a slacker area in the half that sort of past this tree. So you've got a sort of, I guess it's an area which bait would wash into. Just hopefully the fish are there and start eating it up, and then pick up my bait. So yeah, it's looking nice and sort of grey, and the light levels have gone really low in probably about the last 10 minutes, which is good. Hopefully a bite will materialise. See if I can get my little friend in. So I've got this little mouse here, keeps coming out. It's quite brave. It's having a right old nibble on the little bits of pellet and so on that have dropped. I just heard the robin flutter in, so yeah, well, let's see how we get on. Right, it's probably been about an hour since the last update, so it's got a really dark sunset. I think it was about 6:10. I think it's about 1/2 past now, but the sort of cloud cover, um, yeah, with the cloud cover it's got a lot darker. Still, you still see quite a lot, but that light level has really dropped, which is really pleased about. So yeah, no, nothing to report, nothing that I'd say looking like a bite. I did have a splash in front, but yeah, nothing really to sort of say, like, something sit on my hands now, but fingers crossed. Right, second session on this new water. Didn't catch anything the other night. hung it out into darkness, and absolutely froze. My toes were blue by the time I got in. Um, I've got heating on in the car, but I'd literally, my feet were just like blocks of ice. So yeah, it was a good excuse being too cold. I think I said it earlier on in the day, so yeah, I'll stick by that one. I haven't thought of an excuse for today, but hopefully I'll be able to put a fish on the bank. I suspect it's going to be quite tough. It's already got quite tough anyway. Autumn time, fish have um, fish have already started to, I imagine, sort of gather in a few spots, and not so spread out and not patrolling as much. But yeah, I've got a yeah, I'm not going to catch at home, as the saying goes. So it's nice to be out. It's quite damp today. It's been raining or drizzling, I guess, probably the better term. But it's been drizzling for a good hour now. So I've got the one rod out, single hook bait, no free offerings today. I'm literally just putting a light lead out at the moment. It's gone out in front of me. There's a lot of crap coming down as well, so I've probably got weeded up like I did the other day. We'll see how that goes. Rod wise, just got the Fox Duo Light, Shimano Bait Runner 4000, 12-pound line, just standard sort of setup that I use, leg clip. Yeah, I think I've got a size 6 barbless BMG hook on, so it's a barbless hook ball on here. Anyway, I'll give you a view of the swim. Hopefully, as I just as I get a bite as well. But yeah, I'll give you a tour of the swim now. Right, so there's the rod, um, butt grip and Fox front runner rod rest. So yeah, the rod's sort of pinned in nicely. You can see there's quite a few sort of bits of overhanging tree in front. Main flow, I guess here it's just down the middle. It's a bit bendy up in front, but you can see it just sort of comes through main, and then it sort of, there's a bit of a slack in front of me, and a bit of a slack on the opposite bank further downstream. So further down, just behind this tree, there's a sort of overhanging bush. So a bit of a platform out there. Yeah, nice and muddy like the other swim, but fingers crossed. See how we get on. Yeah, a little update after a couple of hours. So um, sort of fished around the swim, fished upstream, fished straight out, fished down. I've just gone down a little bit further now, so you probably see it's a little bit darker as well. So sunset's past. It's still raining, so I've got the hood up. I've got the waterproof bottoms laying on me. I can't be bothered to put them on, so I think the rain's due to stop in an hour. So I'll just risk it and have them laying over my legs. Yeah, I wouldn't say there's any action. The only action's been bits of debris blowing into or washing down into the line. So every now and again I could get sort of a little rattle on the tip, but that's been it. So um, yeah, sort of going into darkness now. So fingers crossed. You know, this is the time I sort of think if I'm going to catch anything here, this is probably going to be it. Yeah, it would have been nice to sort of see what the little bit more about the swim. Sort of do a bit of sort of put a lead around, just sort of drag it around, find the sort of deep areas. But you know, sort of thinking just stealthy. I'm literally just going to flick out as light a lead as I can, single bait, no sort of baiting up, flicking out baits. It would literally just be my hook bait, and that's it. So yeah, fingers crossed as the dark comes in now. Hopefully I'll get a fish. Right, hi everyone. I'm back out on the new stretch of river. Um, yeah, it's pretty tough going so far. No fish. Wouldn't say that I've recognised anything in the sort of activity that my tip has displayed that represents the slightest of bites. It's just literally just debris coming down the river hitting the line. But yeah, I know it's going to be tough where I am. Quite clear about that. And I think with the conditions as well, as it going sort of colder. Um, I think it's going to be really cold tonight as well. It's pretty clear. I can already see the moon. Um, so I'm expecting it to get quite cold out here. Um, my feet were so cold the other night. I might have already mentioned that, but yeah, I'm not looking forward to cold feet again. So hopefully the two pairs of socks will keep them warm. Literally just fishing wise, just sort of standard tactics that I use everywhere. Lead set up. I think I've got about a 2 ounce lead on this, quite a strong flow. It's not as bad as it was last time I was here, so um, yeah, I'm trying to sort of lighten down as much as I can with the lead, but I can just see the flow of the water. I'm going to struggle to hold bottom with anything lighter. Um, yeah, and then hold up, I see a big lump of weed coming down, which is probably going to turn and hit my line. But yeah, it's literally just I think one of the things that I'm starting to get to the stage is where you don't catch anything and you start to doubt um, your setup. You know, you start to look at everything and question it and think, is it right? Do I need to change it? So I know it's right. I've had Barbel off this stand setup before. I've just got to stick with it. I know it's going to be hard. Conditions wise and the fishery that I'm on, it's tough, but there's some fantastic rewards to be had here, so that's what I'm keeping in mind. I'm just going to have to plug at it. It's my third time on here. um, Getting used to all the noises. There's yeah, it's quite a few robins get really close and start landing on you and stuff, so, and the mice seem quite okay with just sort of coming out, running around your feet and eating what scraps you've left down on there. So anyway, I'm here. I'm going to try and hang it out till 9 o'clock if I can keep warm. You can see from my breath, it is quite cold. Like I say, I can still see the moon already, so I suspect it might be quite a bright night tonight. Won't get too dark. So yeah, stick with it. Hopefully I'll be able to show you some fish activity. That would be the ideal one. If not, I'll sort of capture some shots and share some details with you. Okay, so here's my swim. New area for me, so it seems quite deep out in front. It's quite a fast section here. Lots of looks like mangrove over the back, but lots of tree and bushes, and I've got a bush down on my right as well. It's got a bit of overhang on it, so you can see a lot of debris that's washed in it. I think it's when the river was up in flood a few weeks ago. That's obviously sort of pulled through a lot of the dying weed, and that's stuck there now. So at the moment I'm fishing sort of just down sort of here. So I've just flicked out a bait with a small PVA bag on it, and sort of just hoping that something sort of patrols up and picks up my bait. So opposite, like I say, it's just a sort of bit of it's like mangroves. It's a bit of a cut just sort of in here. I don't think I'll go in there because I am worried about getting caught in snags over there. And then further upstream, yeah, it's just yeah, pretty much the same again. So lots of overhanging trees, lots of debris in the trees from last time in flood. Looks good for a bite. Hopefully I'll be able to put that theory into practice shortly. Hi everybody. Um, Back out. Um, got my bait that you'll see in one of my videos. So I've put out a few sprinkles of that. I've put it out in a few swims. So I'm gonna give that a try. So I've got two different blends, recipes, whatever. So I've put them in, and I'll alternate between them. So I'm out on the sort of new stretch that I've joined. It's proven really tough on here, so I think I've had sort of there's 4 blanks so far. Conditions it's got a lot cooler. You can see from my breath, it is quite cool. It's due to be a bit warmer today, so it does certainly feels it now. The mist has burnt off. Um, so I'm back in a swim that I've dropped in a couple of times, still getting to know the fishery. I haven't really been on it much, to be honest. So I'm just sort of dropping in afternoons, fishing into evening. Wouldn't say that I've had sort of anything that resembles a bite at all, like chub, rattle, bream, anything. But I did see a fish at my feet when I came down, so I just looked over the edge. So the water clarity a lot clearer today, and I was sort of wondering how deep it was just in front of me. I think it's about sort of 3 foot deep, and there was it looked like a chub. It sort of shot off. So I think that's in front of me. Yeah, so just sort of trying it again. I know it's going to be hard on here. I know I'm going to probably have a run of blanks, but I also know that if I can sort of find a or some fish, the sort of stamp of them will be really good. So I guess it's just continuing to sort of fight um, that sort of run of blanks, and sort of believing that something will come along, and it'll be worthwhile. Yeah, so um, rod wise, it's a one rod rule on this, so it's backwater. Um, I've got one of my duo lights. I've got both of them with me, but you can only fish with one, so I like to carry both rods. Not because they make it a bit heavier, but if I do get snagged up, and there's a good chance I will do, because I'm not aware of the fishery, so snags and things like that. I'll find out, I guess. Hopefully I won't lose tackle, but I'm sure at some point I will find a few. That way I can switch over quite quickly if I do get snagged up. So that's the idea behind that. Same setup that I go and use most of my barbel fishing. 4,000 Shimano 4,000 bait runners, lead clip, bit of tubing, quick change swivel, and then just a hair rigged piece of CC Moore bait that like I say, it'll be in. If it hasn't been shown yet, it will be in one of my videos where I talk you through just how I put that together. So I'm not changing things. I'm not sort of swapping out. I think I need different rods. It's literally just something I'll lift from other places that I fish and use in here. It's just, I guess, whilst I'm sort of on a run of blanks, you start to question yourself and you set up and think, is it right? So just need to fight that urge and see how I get on. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to put a fish on the bank. It's probably about 2:30, so I've probably got about an hour or so before, or probably about an hour and a half actually before sunset. Quite cloudy at the moment, so hopefully it'll be quite a nice dark night. It's quite warm as well, so hopefully that'll work in my favour. I've probably got to get a couple of sessions in this week before the temperature drops. So hopefully getting today, maybe tomorrow. I'll see how things are. I've got a few other jobs I need to get through. Yeah, fingers crossed, see how I get on. Give you an update. it's got dark, nothing, no bites. Well, in fact, a couple of times I did think I had a few rattles. Um, so possibly it may have been debris, but it did actually look like fish. But it's got dark. Put a bit of bait in, so I've put in some of those homemade baits. So they've gone in. So hopefully we'll track something out. I'm just trying a cube of meat at the moment, and sort of just going to see how it goes. So it's pretty dark out at the moment. So if if the moon comes out, it'll probably brighten things up a little bit. The clouds thinning out as well. So anyway, see how we get on.